What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is Assetto Corsa, where today we're going to be talking about the 1.4 update, which released alongside Dream Pack 3, adding in several new cars as well as Brands Hatch. We're going to be driving one of the new cars, the McLaren 650S GT3, my personal favorite of the GT3 cars out there currently racing in the world, around Brands Hatch, the newly released circuit. We're not going to be talking about the DLC much more beyond that. We're just using the DLC because it happens to be new and fresh, and that's going to be that. I want to talk about the updates, and I feel like the best way to talk about the updates is to just go ahead and jump into a race. So let us begin. Alrighty, so we've fired up Brands Hatch with the GT3 cars driving the 650S GT3. Got cloudy weather out here today. Turned the track temperature down to 15 degrees Celsius air temperature, as well as medium tires, because that's what the AI use, and I don't like to cheat like that because it'd be very easy to cheat like that. As well as a green track grip setting, which is my favorite because it's a color, and plus it enables you to just slide around right through the middle here. And this is still a thing here in Assetto Corsa. The 1.4 update has not fixed that thing. However, if you play Assetto Corsa, you might have noticed that nothing's smashed into me about 50,000 different times by now. This is a miracle. This is something that doesn't happen in Assetto Corsa but once in a blue moon, although it now happens maybe about 3 times a week, I must say. Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on it, but it's been a trip here. It's been a trip. Probably shouldn't bump a car in a 100-mile-an-hour corner when you have basically ripped the rear wing off of your car to try and get it to go faster, because otherwise this thing, I don't know if it's just the AI or what, but this car just has 0 straight line speed at all. Which the GTRs actually are quite hilarious when they blow by you and when the straightaway, just like, help! I need an adult. Let the faster classic cars on the track. But, strangely enough, my fastest lap time here around Brands Hatch in this game, even though you would never be able to tell it by the way I'm driving right now, is actually in this car. So, but you can even see there, judging by the little red arrows that indicate where another car is. I got passed! I got passed! I've never been so happy to be passed. I mean, I did make a mistake, but right there, in an instant to fill that gap, the AI actually stepped in for once. There's no way you can't tell me that that is not an improvement. Like, there is a definite improvement in the quality of the AI in this game. Now, is it, you know, the game changer update? I don't think so, but it is a step in the right direction. Excuse me. Excuse the poor driving as I managed to just totally decide not to stay on the road, as well as right here, because that's where all the speed is. So clip that curb to your heart's content. Even though in the real world I'm pretty sure that'll cause the track owners to throw a fit. But hey, that's why this is just a game, right? If we're lucky, we might even see the AI actually attempt to pass one another, which is like, he's going for it! He's going for it! He's going up the inside! Ooh, buddy, you gonna make that stick from there? Of course, the other AI just like, I can't handle this right now. And I'm just like, sup, give me your spot. You taking that? Thank you very much. I mean, seriously, right now, it's definitely a change. I need to forget that I ripped the rear wing off of this thing, and there's no rear downforce. Like, it's just removed. All in favor of straight line speed. Just go ahead and hopefully nail this section. Because the AI being AI still definitely struggles in corners like this area up here. Where they won't clip that flat area on the backside of the curb, which I guess is probably somewhat of a cheater line, however. Hey! Nobody's looking, right? But it's definitely an improvement. I mean, don't get me wrong, even though I'm poking fun at it. You know, there's no way I can sit here and say, yep, they didn't do anything. Again, note to self, rear downforce is not a thing right now. just bumping into people. Just, you know, Spec Racer love tap, right? But the AI is actually fast enough now that it gives me a challenge, and it does what I really want AI to do anyways. It's not so much the quality of the racing, I just kind of want the AI to be there, personally, for me to have somebody out there on track to make me want to go faster. And now I think they're at least to that level where once they do get in amongst themselves, they're kind of spread out. They handle themselves well enough that they can actually be on the track at the same time as me. I have given them that privilege. Well, I don't know what this guy's problem is here. Oh, here goes the Z4 going up the inside. We're going to go up the inside too. They still have zero concept of defending. And they'll just go ahead and put themselves in the sand trap regardless, which, quite frankly, with my line through there anyways, is pretty much doomed to either end up in the gravel, or he was going to end up in the gravel. But they still do that, where they just instantly give up the corner as soon as they actually feel that they are threatened, more or less, which, yeah, it's still problematic, but... I mean, how many cars in this video have actually run into me rather than me running into them? Pretty sure the ratio is exactly the opposite as to what it was with the 1.3 and prior version of the AI in this game. But as for the multiplayer updates, I've done some multiplayer racing on this new version, which... no footage because I don't record whenever I play online in this game because it's just god-awful frustrating, which is not just an Assetto Corsa thing, it's a sim racing in general thing, pretty much outside of iRacing. And while that comment will obviously get people stirred up in a fanboyistic rage, I'll put it this way, I did a race here yesterday. I was driving the Lamborghini Super Trofeo, and there's a 1200 horsepower Lamborghini Gallardo in the DLC, which it's a street car, so it goes really fast in a straight line. It's incredibly fast in a straight line, but it's slower than a race car over the course of the lap because of the advantages and braking, downforce, handling capability. But these cars all started behind me on the grid. Next thing you know, with their all-wheel drive 1200 horsepower, they have basically an extra 500 horsepower. As soon as the lights go green, I have about 3 Gallardos just driving right through me like I don't even exist. And I'm like, really, dude? Really? Is that what this is? But yeah, it's tough to do a race in those conditions. It really is. Okay, that was definitely cheating right there. We took way too much grass there. Let's say now that I've spent a little bit of time tweaking the setup here, get a little bit more oversteer into it. Liking this car a bit. But as far as the improvements, I've said multiple times, oh, is our buddy the Z4 going to go for it again? Oh, no, he's like, whoa! Pretty sure I should not have saved that one, but hey, I ain't complaining because that means I didn't wreck, right? You're never going to complain when overly forgiving physics work out in your favor, right? But, no, the netcode beforehand, I'd always say that the netcode itself was relatively good until you got to about 125, 150 ping, and then it really started to degrade heavily and just, oh, he's going for it again. He's going for it. Just didn't quite get there. But then once he got about 150 ping, it started to go downhill from there, which, I'll say this. Most of the servers in this game are based in Europe. I'm based in the United States. As such, my average ping tends to be in that 125 to 150 range, which is where this game starts to go downhill. But this update, it's been much more stable. I've seen a lot less warping. It is, like the AI, a certain improvement. Now, is it the end-all, be-all fix that Assetto Corsa needed to make this game more, big-time league-ready? I don't quite think so. There we go. Our buddy the Z4 is going at it again, and I'm going totally sideways through here. Oh, goodness. Please don't smash into me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, just sliding through there. But really, the only incidents I saw with any sort of notable warping or just like sketchy, what the heck is going on here, netcode action going on was simply whenever there's a wreck, which is something that you see in pretty much every single game, just due to the changes of direction and the velocities involved. Which, you'll see that. Even iRacing, which I'll say flat out has the best netcode around. And I know a lot of people would definitely agree with me. Even when you get in a crash there, cars go flying and disappearing and warping and blinking and things like that. It's just kind of the nature of things. And you'll see that in literally every game. But I will say the netcode was definitely improved. I spent a lot of time actually playing on servers with 200 ping, and it actually felt like I could trust that the car that I'm seeing on screen is actually going to match up with where the car I'm seeing on screen actually physically is located. I want to turn the rear wing up to 1. Just a suggestion. Or maybe not drive so aggressively. That's a good suggestion too. Just throwing that out there, but hey, what do I know? So it's definitely a step in the right direction. There's been a lot of, I don't know, I guess you'd say general apathy for Assetto Corsa over the last 6-7 months. Is this the update that's going to pull a lot of those drivers who have just kind of been feeling very, meh, it hasn't really changed? Is it going to pull those drivers in? Maybe a few of them. Maybe it'll get them back into the game, but no! Oh, no. We've totally screwed that up. We have sufficiently screwed that one up. Hey, and we got a turbo speed boost. Thank you. And by thank you, I mean not so thank you. But, yeah, I don't know if it's a big enough update. I don't think it's really something that's going to transform things, because it seems like kind of one of the big holdups right now is online skin selection, as well as the car-to-car contact, which is still the same way as it was previously, which is to say that it's pretty sketchy. But hopefully now that you can have more reliance upon the fact that the car that you see on screen is actually where you're seeing it on screen, maybe we'll see less smashing into one another. Who am I kidding? That's a fat chance of that ever happening. Alrighty, we got a good lap going. And I totally like how in the 12C, or 12C GT3, the 650S GT3 here, like the one difference in the cockpit is an extra little display that shows you information that's already on the display screen. I just love that. That totally, just to verify the accuracy of the timers, I guess. I don't know, it's a step in the right direction. There's no way I can say anything other than that. I don't like how I can just casually chit-chat through, like, new personal best laps in this game. Like, how that happens. Woo! And y'all thought I was gonna hit that guy. I had the situation fully in control. Situation I do not have in control, though, is my fuel situation. Apparently we are running low on the good stuff. But we should probably only have 1 or 2 more laps at this stage. I don't know. I never bothered to turn my lap display on because it would require reaching for my mouse, and I'm not too inclined to do that right about now. And that will be that. So we'll just see what happens when we get the surprise white flag. Again, I'm not too sure that's how it's supposed to work, but hey, yeah, it worked out in my favor there. Man, my lap times are so inconsistent in this game. But then again, maybe if I actually had some semblance of downforce in this car, I wouldn't be having that problem. Well, that plus if I didn't just do the old, let's just throw all the oversteer in the world at the car setup routine. Car understeers by default, so I was like, hey, let's change it. And I changed it. Got what I wanted, but not what I bargained for. A little bit too hairy, too sketchy. I mean, it's fun, but it's not quite the fastest way around the track. To be sliding through every corner, totally sideways. Well, kind of running our own little no man's land here, which still does seem to happen way too much, way too easily. It's kind of disappointing. It's like I got no one really in front of me, I got no one really behind me, there's the white flag. Which is kind of disappointing, but by that I mean the no man's land racing thing going on here. So maybe we'll see some adjustments to that. Maybe we'll see some poor driving here. Guarantee you that. I think you guys have seen enough in this video, but hey, that's what I do. For the invisible 7th gear. One of those Fast and Furious gearboxes, but apparently this car doesn't have one of those. That's what we need. Someone should mod a car into this game with a Fast and Furious gearbox. Just like endless upshifts for days that somehow make your car go faster. Remember, folks, the Mitsubishi Eclipse is capable of almost 200 miles an hour when you throw enough NOS at it, even when you stick a giant wing on the back of it. I don't know. There you go, the very random update video. I know, but it's kind of the way it goes. Oh no, stuck throttle. Crunch, crunch. I have damage turned off, by the way, just as a convenience feature, but hopefully you guys got the gist that there's improvement in there. And yeah, that's that. Step in the right direction. Nothing too far in the right direction, but it's definitely movement in the right direction that hopefully can be seen. So yeah, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.